Warning. You are about to watch a program that is setting the standard for YouTube content. We don't charge for access, we don't sell account reviews, and we don't pass the bill to you. YouTube is free, Discord is free, and that's exactly how it should be. Time to level up.
You're watching pressure, not panic, not chaos, just pressure. Because strength doesn't need to shout to be real. Becoming confident, convinced this space should crack. That numbers and noise will be enough, and the first attacks hit the wall the way they always do. But every unit they send, every strike they commit, it isn't breaking anything, it's feeding it. You can see the moment it sets in, when confidence turns into hesitation. So they push harder, more attacks, more resources, more effort stacked on top of bad math. Fires don't start here, they start on the way out. Because this wall wasn't built for highlights, it was built for endurance. Wave after wave, the result stays the same. Because defense here isn't passive, it's patient. This is what happens when pressure meets structure, when noise meets restraint, when ego meets a wall that doesn't care. Welcome to WWC Live.
Oh, WWC. Happy Sunday. Oh, let's get comfortable. It's great to have you in, to be here. Let's calm down. Running around like crazy today, the weekend. Woo! All right. We have a busy show. We have a lot of topics. So let's get to our topics. So we have season 6 is ending tonight. Countdown has begun for us. Transfers are going to kick off, which is going to get us into conversation. We have ShadyPun stopping in today. Talk a little bit about that 184 drama, situations that happened, occurred. All good for you to hear how these things occur, because they might happen to you one day. So we'll talk about that. Special transfer night, we'll talk about Friday night, what we're going to do, how that's going to go down. We have some Discord changes I want to bring up. If you are not in our Discord, man, get in our Discord. I've just been putting in a ton of time coding bots and trying to get as much as I can done for the lovely folks of our Discord WWC, who are always just busy chatting about a wealth of knowledge in there. Topics are awesome. And yeah, so give back to the people a little bit in regards to that. We have drone day today. Going to get into talking one question that we have as transfers come up too. Is loyalty dead in the game? Recently came up, I want to bring my situation up, and I really just want to know your feelings on loyalty. I think it's really going to touch on a little some nerves, and there's different perspectives of this, and we'll get into it. But is loyalty just completely dead in a lot of this game? And big changes coming to 118. Big changes. You're all gonna wanna stay tuned for that, because business is gonna pick up around 118. I can promise you that. All right. But before we get into our lovely program, there is one thing that I always love to do. Get to the people. That's one of my favorites. One of my favorite things to do. So, what do we got? We have Australia starting us off. RJ, bear down. Is that what I see? Starting us off tonight? Welcome in, buddy. Welcome in and bear down. Doubles, always good to see you. Ant, shout out to 670, leader of the North. Gus, what's going on? Good to have you in. We're going to get full Australia tonight. I can feel it. I can feel the Australian vibe tonight already. It's coming. It's coming. UNETS, brother. UXW represent. UNETS, I heard that you may have won the season. Congratulations, UNETS. I hear you're a season 6 champion. Chicken Charlie, welcome in. Welcome in. Wisconsin's finest. The man that you go to for all your WWC engineering needs is Wisconsin. You have an under-leveled vault. That's the man you want to see right there. Wisconsin will let you know. That's right. Thanks for stopping in, brother man. Thanks for stopping in. Brockles, what's up? What's up? Pun. All right, I'll get you on, Pun. Give me 1 second. Let me get through. There it is. See, I knew it. There's a Team Australia. There it is. There's another one. Welcome in, Palantir. Always good to see you. Amy, what's going on? I just saw you too. All these people I just saw in the WWC Discord. All popping in. Love it. Love it. Woo! Woo is for the children. Welcome in, buddy. Good to have you, Legend. Good old 80, right? Server 80 right there. Why do you have 84 IT Dairy in there? You're on 80, right? Unless you're moving. Very confusing. Chicken Charlie, what's up? What else we got? Gus, oh, BB in the house. I love seeing BB. I see BB all over the place. It's getting better and better. My day's getting better and better. I'm finding places to put BB, so I'm constantly seeing her more often. And you're yelling at the new bot? Yell away, Wisconsin. Yell away. May the force be with you, my friend. Palantir. Davey, what's up? Welcome in. Noodle, what's going on? Wow, what? Everybody's out today. I love it. Community is in tonight. Big fan. Big fan. And Moose, shout out to 409. Love it. Love it here. All right. Pun there? Pun ready to pop on? Ready to get this shit? Ready to get this shit done? Pop in? I don't know. When he's here, when he's ready, he's ready. And yet, units, I did hear that you were champion. That's what I heard. And that was a rumor. That was a rumor. I heard you got a mustard belt. Heard you got a mustard belt. All right. Let's bring in Pun. Another, speaking of champions, you might not realize it with all the drama going on, but yeah, UWH did have something to celebrate. The 184 champions. Let's get Pun in here to talk about it. All right. Go. This is the part of the show. For those of you that don't usually tune in, this is the part of the show where I act like I know what I'm doing. So, watch. Watch and see. What up, Pun? You hear me? There you are. Hold on. All right, let me pipe you in. Hold on. Pipe you. Our little guest screen. Hey, what's your Oh shit. hopping all over the place like a fool here. 339. All right. What did I say? I think I put you at 350. Man, 339 and you pop gold? That's weak. That's weak. I mean, honestly, like 339. What was your score? What was the cusp? So 339. Let me look. Let me look at what was your actual score here. So 35 was elite. What was yours? Like 36? That seems wild to me. Really? So, well, it's because you're T11. Plus, you were spending you were spending buckets of money on there. But it's a great call. It's a great call. Somebody else did say they were looking at T11s for one of the progress things that was going on. So it very well could have been. Very well. But I just kind of shocked because we were sitting here trying to talk and figure out, right? We were like 330, 350. Where was that line going to be drawn? But apparently, yeah. I mean, you're on the cusp. So I mean, when I came over when I originally dropped my I was talking to Ramp today about this too. I was like, if you go back to our original transfer video, right, when I did this after season 3, not a whole lot of talking about all this storing up stuff. And I did this stuff, made the video, and now it's like, it's the way to do it is to just store up all your things. Like, that's the true way to kind of move around the servers that people are doing. But it takes a lot of discipline in order to do it. Like, it's not the easy option because you have to sit there and stare at inventory. And my biggest problem when I did it originally was losing to people during the season that you can beat. There's like an ego that you got to put aside. You just have to put it aside. You got to swallow it and be like, oh, well, all right, so I lost, and move up. Because otherwise, you're just going to pop all the inventory. You can be like, no, I can't take this. You're going to have people talking smack. You're going to see people who are strong, all this stuff. But, hold on. Are you not coming through? Good. Say, oh, you're not, huh? Is he not coming through? Hold on. Why not? YouTube doesn't want you. Oh, okay. My bad. I see it. Okay, go ahead, try again. No. But what? Mine is working. Where are you at? Mine. Go ahead, try it again. I don't know why the hell yours isn't coming through. Oh, wait. All right, try one more time.
Okay.
All right, now you're
better.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Okay.
There's two. For some reason in my listing here, I have 2 conversations with you listed. And I'm gonna have to figure out how to clean out this list. So I had you up there, and everybody's like, "Oh, you're just talking to yourself," which is cool because that's what I do, talk to myself. It was a practice conversation what I have. But no, so yeah, we were just saying the list. He's his power, and I put it up there 339, and he popped gold, and he thinks it's his T11s, which makes sense. I had heard that as well. But anyway, Pun. So let's kind of walk through. A lot has gone on in your server. A lot of shit's gone down. So let's talk about happier times. Season finished up well. How overall did you like the season? How did you end up with the season? You guys ended up finishing first in influence points. How did that all go down? I know you were concerned the last time we talked to you that you guys weren't going to be able to hold on for the lead, but you did.
Yeah.
So how did all that happen?
So we'd set up our defense, and one of our alliances dropped land. They thought they could take it back, but they didn't realize that the timers wouldn't let them take it back until the battle day. And so they just thought since it was the protection time was up, they could drop it and then just take it back and reset the protection time. Didn't work. So they let in. They started coming in from the north, and then they started coming in from the northeast, and they started coming in from the northwest. And so we had them on both sides. And then eventually, Eggplant and Slappy had gone and had pacted with both of those alliances that came in. So now we had Slappy on one side and Eggplant on the other. And we thought we were doomed because as soon as they got a foothold, they paired with 126 and we had to fight them both. Well, we ended up saying to ourselves, okay, look, which side's going to be the hardest for them to come in? So we gave up one side, so we stopped them on the other. So then we just had to fight them on one front.
So
And
who did you
we
pick?
ended up.
Who did you end up picking?
Well, we knew that Eggplant's team wasn't as strong and deep as Slappy's team, so we went at Slappy's team and cut that side off. So then Slappy didn't have any land of his own. Then they had to pair with somebody else to be able to get land. And I think it was on that final Wednesday before we started the final Saturday before we started the new week, the last week of battles. And me and Danny were on the phone with each other, and I told Danny, I said, "Hey, I said, look, I said, Eggplant's not paying attention. I said, he only has 10 guys over there. I said, if we take that land, I said, we don't have it planned, but if we take it, we completely cut him off and we only have to worry about Slappy for the last week." And it was a ballsy move. We ended up leaving one of our cities unattended, but they didn't see it happening and they didn't have anybody online ready to counteract it. And that one move was very pivotal for the rest of our week.
So were you protecting your sixes? Is that what they were going?
Protecting
Is that what they were going
level
after?
3 cities.
Oh, your level.
Yeah.
So were you? Where were they? Because I'm showing the map right now. So I'm trying to understand. Like, so if you're here, right? Here's essentially your sanctuary, and then you have your sixes.
Hmm.
So where was Eggplant coming from? Over here on the right side, you're saying?
No, on the left side of the capital.
So he was coming from over here. Here's your sanctuary, right? And that's green here in the middle. And so on the left-hand side is where Eggplant was coming from.
Mm.
And so you guys were,
Yeah.
and so what were you ultimately trying to stop him from getting? Was it the 3 or the 6, or what were you trying? Because you said you cut him off for the last week. So was it a cutoff from the sanctuary, from the 6s? What were you cutting him off from?
Well, we were cutting off his complete access.
We
knew he couldn't. We knew that it was on Wednesday.
Yep.
And if he was gonna pact with Slappy, he was only gonna have 2 attack days left. And it was gonna take them 4 moves to get Eggplant back in position to where they could essentially be apart from each other and attack us on 2 fronts at the same time. If not, they were gonna have to pack together and attack one front. And we had beat them all season long with them together. They just weren't strong enough to beat us on a one-on-one battle.
Gotcha.
So we knew if we were able to stop that, then our chances of protecting our cities for that last week went up astronomical.
And so who was your final battle ended up being with? Slappy's team?
No. So here's when we did that, they knew that they weren't probably going to be able to take those cities.
Mm-hmm.
So they started dropping cities having baby alliances drop cities, and they started taking them. Well, Slappy and them go in the lead, and while we were protecting, we weren't able to go attack. So we didn't even take cities that Wednesday. So our influence points didn't gain any on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So we go into Saturday, and I think we were down 50,000 points. And we knew that Slappy, if they took any cities, because we took a level 3 city that Saturday. And so we were able to take one. So our influence points went up another 300,000.
Mm-hmm.
And we attacked them on a capital, and we won the capital battle. We didn't realize that if we won the capital battle, 60 alliances lost 200,000 points. And not only did we, at that point, win influence points for the week, we knew at that point the math had come to a point where if we won the battle on Sunday, we were going to win the faction as well. And we did. We won the faction on that Sunday, that final battle.
Damn. Okay.
So we were down. I think our faction was down 42 million points going into that Saturday, and we reversed a 42 million point deficit.
Oh wow, that's incredible.
It was fun. Honestly, it was the best season I've ever had in my entire life. I mean, it was we dominated season 3. I felt like season 5 was due to everybody was fighting, but then again, there was also ground rules between this faction didn't attack this faction, but this faction could attack this faction type thing. And I mean, yeah, we ended up winning influence points at the end, but I don't see that one as necessarily like season 6 where we fought our asses off all season and came in first, and nobody will ever be able to take that away from us.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you. So so you end up beating them. Which, funny enough, by the way, I just got a message from Slappy who was going to be joining our Discord. He wanted to know our Discord. He didn't hear about Discord. So yeah, you look out for Slappy on the old WWC Discord. So you beat 107, incredibly strong, good accomplishment coming in. Now I know you were hoping to keep everything together at 184, right? To move forward. That was the hope, right? And so what happened?
Yeah, that's it's been my home. It's been my home since season 2. After season 2, I transferred to 184.
Mm-hmm.
And I was an R4 my entire time there. We won season 3. Unfortunately, season 4 had some backstabbing deals go down between our faction, the other faction. Some teams were guaranteed top 10 places. Teams didn't get attacked on certain days, and that left 6 alliances to go and use their warlord missiles and everything and concentrate beating DWH, and ended up finishing 9th, which I thought was incredibly well considering the amount of fighting and clawing we had to do that season. So
yeah,
I mean, I applaud my team for that, because I mean, we didn't, not only did we have to fight the other faction, we had to fight our own faction to be able to get a top 10 spot that season. So, and then season 5, we ended up being lucky that one of our friends was one of the servers in the thing, and we worked closely with them. I mean, it wasn't like it was 12 on or 7 on 1. I mean, it was more like 3 on 5 and through the whole thing. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I may or may not have played both sides of the fence a couple of times to be able to get us across the finish line, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do. But no, and then season 6, just absolutely amazing. I couldn't ask for a better ending. If it had to end a certain way, I mean, it was one of those. You
But
go out as a champion.
yeah, so you're going on as champion, but what was the key here? I know the whole thing. For those of you that don't know, on 184, there was a. Is he a VIP 18? Was Gaza VIP 18 or 17? I guess a
Yeah,
high
he was.
17. Okay, 18.
No, he was an 18.
Okay, so they had a VIP 18, incredibly strong account. I don't know, over 400 million, right? It was all that. Um,
Yeah,
incredibly
that accounts 470 now.
All right, 470. So they had an incredibly strong account over there. It was Gaz, the Gaz account, they called it. And it was sold before the season. So somebody
Mhm.
came in and took it, and we know now who took it. I mean, I don't know if he wants everybody to know or not, but we know who took it. He took it, and then he was just trying to decide, was he going to stay, not go? What was he going to do with their top account, the VIP 18 account on 184? So they're all together.
Mhm.
You all have a plan. If essentially you can get that account to stay, there's really room in the cards to make another run, to come back and keep building on what you've already established, right? But then I take it that when the decision was made by that person to take that account off of 184 where he was going to transfer, I think that's when things kind of went down, right?
Um, well, there was things kind of brewing through the season, and I don't know if certain people that should have been making decisions are actually making the decisions in a certain group. I don't want to badmouth people. That's never my way of doing things. I may get mad and say things inside Alliance chat, or there might have been things that were said on my behalf
You can
inside the Alliance.
in the
But
WWC, you're allowed to badmouth anybody you want, as long as his name's not Wisconsin Finest.
yeah, no, Wisconsin's great.
Yeah.
Me and him have had the conversations outside of everything. But I just felt like Keem should be, if he's the VIP 18, I feel like he should
Mhm.
be the one making decisions. And I feel like the ones that should not be making decisions are the ones making decisions for that group.
I,
And
I don't think that's ever, and I mean, you probably don't know that going in, but since
yeah,
King was on 71, I mean, King has always been the cool cat. Like,
mhm,
King is the one of the nicest guys you can ever talk to. He will help anybody. He's helped me tremendously with my account. And for those of you that don't know, King used to be the follow-up to CDF on 71 for seasons. I mean, that was kind of the 1-2 punch over on 71. And King always was incredibly strong. I mean, guy, incredibly strong. But he was never the guy who was going to be the vocal guy. He was never going to be the
mhm,
planner. He was never going to be the organizer. He was never going to be. You're getting power. That's what you're getting.
yeah,
You're going to get
yeah,
power, and you're going to get a guy that's like laid back and cool as it comes. One thing you're not going to get from King is drama. I can promise you that. If you're looking for a VIP 18 to come in there that will never end up with drama, then that's your guy. Because he's gonna wake up, he's gonna fight, he's gonna do, when he can show up, when he's not out doing his thing, he's gonna show up. But yeah, he's not the organizer, the planner, you know the decision maker with that. I wouldn't think he's making, necessarily making the decisions for the group. I wouldn't think he'd want to, but that's just how
no.
I've known him over the time.
And I mean, anybody that's ever done any planning on a season, they know that things are not going to go to plan. Every step of the plan is not going to go according to plan. I mean, you're going to have to react
True,
and make adjustments on the fly.
true.
And there was comments being put in AC. There was comments being put in private Discord. I mean, not private chats. And those private conversations were being shared with people, and those screenshots of those conversations were being shared with people. And I just felt like the way we played season 6 and the way we won season 6, some of those comments about me and my leadership style and my R4s and their communication, I felt like were very unwarranted. And I want to applaud my team because my team worked. I know how hard they worked. I know the amount of hours they put in, and we worked our asses off. And to have people like badmouth me and my team all season long, I felt like that. I felt like those people, and when I found out that those certain people were the ones making the decisions in that group, were also the same ones bad mouthing us all season. That's when I lost my temper the other day, and I just I'm just not gonna have that. I'm not gonna have people badmouth my team when I know my team did a fantastic job.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you should. Again, that kind of goes into our conversation we're going to have a little later, and that's about loyalty. But yeah, I mean, listen, you stick up for your team. You whatever you feel like. If people are bad mouthing whatever the situation is, I don't know. I guess leadership is a very difficult. Those who have not been in leadership before, it's incredibly, especially for a video game. So having been in leadership in real life and having been in leadership in this game for so long outside of this, I can tell you that it's a thankless job. I've talked about this before. I mean, R4s and R5s in Last War, it's really a thankless job. To know, like, if everybody wins, they get their rewards and, they click on it and everything's happened. They're very happy, everybody, whatever. When the shit goes down and it goes bad and sideways, man, does it erupt fast. The finger pointing and, I mean, it's crazy how quick it can spiral downward. The shit. So just think when things are going right and it's still spiraling, there's still issues. It's just people don't know the amount of time, effort that goes into trying to make sure the alliance is set. You have standards in your alliance of when people are showing up, the responsibility to know where your team's next step is, to make sure that is communicated across your team to 100 people, a lot of them in different countries that have a whole nother thing going on with their lives. You don't know who has kids, who has games they need to go to, who has work, who has, school, whatever. Everybody has lives outside this game. So trying to herd everybody together during specific times and make sure it's all communicated on, especially when you're strategizing and putting all this time and effort into the strategy for it. And then in order to execute it, you need to have those people show up. You need to make sure they're communicated with and they're all doing the right thing. And then when you put on all that time, you put on all that effort, and somebody doesn't pay attention, they don't read their alliance messages, they don't follow instructions, they start, collecting something they shouldn't. And then leadership has a sharp tongue and they freak out and they're like, hey, don't talk to me like that. I'm an adult. How dare you? And it's like, well, that's why people are upset though. They took their own time and energy trying to come up with this plan to communicate. And it wasn't that it wasn't communicated. It's that you didn't read the alliance messages. You just did your own thing.
Yeah. And I think one of the biggest problems was, so we would mark. You know how you can put markers on the map, and you can put timers and. I mean, we would put markers and timers, and I would explain. I would put on there, just in case the timer didn't work out or somebody didn't realize the timer, I would even put what attack window we were attacking that piece of land in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes we would put 2 or 3 pieces up and we would put option A, option B, option C, because we didn't know if they may take this fishing ground or somebody tries to reset this one. Well, we need to have backup plans too. And I mean, sometimes you're constantly just going.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess you don't think that sometimes the alliance isn't seeing the things that you're seeing, and you port in and you start fighting, and you forget to share your chords in the chat. And I mean, it seems like every time we did that, I mean, the chat would go absolutely berserk trying to figure out where we were at and where we were fighting and what we were doing. But I mean, sometimes you're moving 1,000 miles an hour. The last thing you think about is, hey, I need to share my coordinates. Like, I'm thinking, holy shit, I'm in the mud. I got to watch Eggplant, make sure he doesn't zero me.
Mm-hmm. No, listen, I get where you're coming from. From if you're outside R5, it's very easy to point fingers and say, well, that's because your communication is bad or because you don't have good communication skills. But you're 100% right. There's so many things that need to transpire and go on. That's why Discord calls are incredibly important. It's a vital tool because these type of plans, especially in season 6, so much property, so many things are changing on the fly. You can organize for yourself what you're doing and what your plans are. But how they're going to change because you don't know what the other side is going to do is where the problem lies. And that's where it's going to flip. If all of a sudden they decide to go after an alliance you didn't think they were going to go after, and you then need to pivot and change on the fly, the team needs to be understanding that this isn't an IKEA instruction manual. This shit changes all the time. So they can lead you to the right direction to say, hey, this is probably what's going to happen. But if something breaks down, you need the team to respond instantly to say, go over there. And to your point, you're also going to need help from your R4, because if you're R5, you're the strongest, you're going to be in the mud, you're attacking, you're trying to fight. And it's very difficult to communicate while you're fighting if you're not on Discord, on a call. Because trying to type in the game while your screen's flashing red and you're getting zeroed, it's like, come on. Like, it's hard. It's hard work to sit there and do that.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and then
it's hard. Yeah.
the last week it was even harder for me because I was muted. I was having to use my alt account to message all the R5s and all the R4 teams from all the other faction members, making sure that all the plans, everything was going. And I mean, that was.
Yeah, and by the way,
it was
for those
difficult.
of you that don't follow the WWC, the reason why he was muted wasn't because he made some kind of outlandish insult. He said he hated a soccer team. There was like a French soccer team or something. He said he hated them, and they kicked him out for 6 days for hating a sports team, like a soccer team. Like, give me a break. 6 days. Come on now. Even if you think like, well, you can't say that. You can't say because they'll take it as you hate, like, all French people or something like that. Okay, 6 days though, people. 6. Like, come on. And in the most vital time to have your communication, you're going. This is what we're doing. Come on. We're hating a sports team. I just, this is AI for you, right? And then you don't know if is it AI? Are the AI who's picking up? Is somebody reporting it? Whatever it is. At the end of the day, 6 days is atrocious to be doing that, to people. And I've heard similar claims to that. But I'll tell you, like I said, I know I'll stop with the R4, R5s. It's just I know that world, and this season, so much work went into planning for our server that ended up winning as well, that it was incredible the amount of work they did. Guys, the amount of communication that needs to happen, not for your team, but when you think about the amount of communication that needs to happen across the server, the multiple alliances you're coordinating with across the server, and then you're partners with 3 other servers. So if you need them to help, you're coordinating with them. So you're trying to get your own team in line. You're trying to get the other alliances in line on your server. And you're trying to get your faction in line with what's happening. It all comes into one. And when shit goes sideways, everybody points fingers. And it's a thankless job. It really is, for a video game that could stop tomorrow, that you could throw out the window. They're putting an incredible amount of their time into this. So I would just say, for all those that have good art, and if what I'm saying, by the way, doesn't resonate with you, and you're in a squad and a team, you have a team, R4, R5, my guess is the results that we're talking about don't resonate with you either. Because this is what it takes to win. It's crazy.
What was even crazier was I'm getting badmouthed by my own team, and we're winning. And in the same instance, I'm getting DMs from the other faction telling me how great we are and how well our plans have made them completely have to take U-turn after U-turn all season because we completely went against everything they were planning to do, and
Yeah.
we made them have to change
Yeah.
their plans. I mean, I
Yeah.
just thought it was absolutely crazy because
I think you're in a situation as well. Let's just say, like, you were in a startup server, right? So you were you had things, people leave, people come in, people leave, people come in. So you're going to have people that you have no clue transferred in, may not be happy that are there anyway, right? So it's very difficult. It's not like you have an established same team who's all getting along hunky dory and have been together for 3 years.
yeah,
You had a lot of people poured in, transfers come in, different things. You're getting mixes and stuff. So, listen, 100 people is a lot of people, Pun, to get on the same page. And if you just had transfers, anybody out there knows, if you had transfers come into your team, an established team, first of all, it's incredibly hard to mingle and mix 50 people into a team. And it's with another 50 established people. You think everybody's going to get along, you're out of your mind. Absolutely out of your mind. It's so, and I've done it. From experience, I can tell you I've done it now 4 times, 5 times. There's no effing way that it happens, guys. The drama that you put up with when you get a new bunch of people injected into your team is wild.
Yeah.
I've never had, as a leader, for 20 years now, I have never had that much, almost 20 years. I've never had in real life that much drama come into me. I'm like 15. But I was like, really in the game, I have had to deal in management with way more drama than real life. It's crazy. And you know what's amazing about the drama? About R4, R5 years? You guys aren't going to believe it. It's crazy. The team could be hunky-dory. I mean, shit's going well. Everybody's getting along. Everybody's joking that night. Like, whoa, look at this collection. Oh, we're doing great. Hey, how are you? Oh, really? How's the kids? Blah, 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 all that. As a leader or an R4, you can wake up overnight. Somebody said something that erupted a firestorm. And everybody's up in arms. Right? Am I right, Pun?
Oh yeah, you're not lying.
The shit hits the fan in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so so shit went sideways, whatever, and then you're gonna transfer. So let's talk a little bit about the transfer scene, Pun. Knowing, you come down, everybody's leaving, you're realizing, you go through a mix of emotions like a madman, and you're eventually comes to realization. All right, I'm gonna have to transfer. Talk me through it. Talk me through your transfer in your head.
So half of my team, half of the guys that I've played with the last 2 years are all transferring to 172, where the O's account is going to merge with another well, and they didn't have a gold chair available. So I was either going to have to stay in 184 and save for a season and then go be on that team. I just have a different heart about it, and I've said my piece to the people that said that they wanted me to come and join that team, but I just felt like the team we had was in DWH. It was in 184, and the people that we'd be merging with don't know our culture. They don't know our story. They weren't a part of our story. I just wanted to. I felt like if we were going to end DWH, I wanted to end that. I wanted to end that in that note on a happy point and end it on a championship.
Understood.
And I just felt like, if I'm going to have to spend a season saving and trying to roll back to purple, or I may go into 126 and absolutely love those people. And I may just absolutely fall in love with them enough to where I say, you know what? I just want to stay here. I want to play here. I want to play with these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And because I am one of those people that I consider myself loyal to people, and if I have people that are going to be loyal to me, I'm going to be loyal to you. I mean, I stayed through thick and thin, had every opportunity to leave after season 3 and 4 in 184, and there was teams that were better than the team we had that were offering me spots, but I'm not one of those people.
But before we jump to there, what I think would help people out a lot, especially from a transfer scene, once you know you have to transfer, right? What was your process like trying to transfer? Like you're seeing, you're like, okay, everybody's moving over here, and you're like, okay, listen, I'm not gonna half-ass this with part of you from DWH. I'm making a full cut. We were champions, we're great. It's time, that's it. Time to break up the team, move on. We're gonna, let bygones be bygones, and I'm going my way. Okay, so once you make that decision, what's that process like? You're staring at a transfer map of what do we got? Like 100 and something servers. I forget how many we have. Like 130 servers, 132 servers, I think, something like that. So you're looking at all these servers. What's the process?
And especially when you're a gold chair,
Yeah.
and you look and you see there's only one available here, there's none available here, and there's 2 available here, but servers that have 2, unless you're going there with another well, that's not a scenario you want to put yourself in.
Okay.
So,
I like this. So you reason to say the 2 gold chairs are out. Those servers are gone.
Yeah.
All right. So you're down to a 1 gold chair server only. Now, how did you start to knock those down a little bit and say, all right, this server's in, this server maybe, blah, blah, blah? How did that process go?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I was so concerned with making sure some of my people had places to go that I didn't even start having those conversations until, I would say, Friday. Yeah, I think it was Thursday or Friday.
Okay.
'Cause I was playing golf. Yes, it was Friday. It was Thursday because I was playing golf. I remember getting messages, but I was muted, so I was having I got muted again.
You're
So
trying
I
to
was having to
transfer on
message.
mute. That's easy to do.
Oh, yeah. So I was having to message. I was having to message these R5s and from my alt account. Well, Slappy had messaged me and asked me how everything was going. I mean, honestly, those guys from 107 are good as gold.
Aren't they?
They're some of the best people I've
Yeah,
ever
they're
had the
awesome.
chance to come across. And
yeah, LRD is good shit. Shout out to LRD 107, man. Good people.
so
and what's the eggplant one? What's the EP? Shout out to them too, because Eggplant's a great guy.
EGPA, yeah.
Yeah,
Eggplant
EGPA.
Army.
Yeah, good dudes. 100%.
So I guess Slappy had messaged 126 and found out that their gold that they were supposedly getting had backed out. And story writes itself. After that point, they messaged me, and I didn't have an option. I mean, I had talked to 90, really want to go to 90, but I didn't have any other options. So it was my only ticket to get to the lower servers to maybe have the future that I want to have. And so 126 reached out. I had told them about, that I planned on kind of slowing down a little bit and kind of trying to roll back to purple just in case something happened. I wouldn't have these troubles trying to find a new home if it ever happened. And they were honestly, they thought they had won the lottery just by getting me, because they had just had the season with me, saw how we operated as a team. They knew that I was the R5, and I mean, they uh they saw the amount of work that we put in and how well our team was
And,
engaged in battle and everything else, and we're so happy to be able to get me and add me to that transfer list.
and so that was for what Wix server?
126.
126. So what happened with the 107?
107's helped me get that transfer done.
Oh, Oh, so they already had somebody?
Yeah, they already have somebody.
Oh, okay. I thought you said they had somebody back out. You're saying 126 had
No,
somebody back out.
yeah, 126 had somebody back out, and
Okay.
Slappy had messaged them and told them that I was available, and if they needed another gold, they probably weren't going to find anybody as active and as willing to play and fight as I would be. So
I mean, it's hard to find somebody who's willing to fight. There's no doubt about that. I mean, you're talking about a guy who's using like 70 teleports in a meteorite. So, yeah, I mean, to say, yeah, the fighting doesn't seem. Check there. Check that off the list. Okay, so 126 ends up being that. Were there any other? So you said 90 was in. Were there any other conversations, or was this more trimmed down because you really couldn't talk to the other servers anyway? You were kind of limited on chat.
well, not only that, but everybody else that I had talked to was they were either their server was breaking up and they were all going somewhere else, like 81. 81's breaking up. They're all going somewhere
That
else.
is so wild to me to hear because they got a gold seat and they're so they've won how many seats? I think they put in here, right here, season 3, right? 3, 4, 5, and 6 were all first place. They have here 4 straight
Yeah.
seasons they finished first. They're getting a gold seat, by the way, to an incredibly strong server. But I don't know if you guys know 81, but I mean, look at this. 453. They have 300s in here. The 200s are plenty. They have these to line in another bunch of blues that would be 200s where they could add another 40 blues, 5 purples, and a gold to that server. I don't know what more you'd want.
Let's see the myth. There's a myth out there that since the early servers are merging in with 69, 68 or 69 through 164, they're going to be the test servers. I don't, but I asked the devs this. The devs said that more than likely the season for even the 169 through 290, 292 or two, I forget what it goes to.
Yeah.
Or they're going to start at the same time. So how are we going to be the test servers if their season's going to start at the same time as ours?
So you're essentially saying that the thought is that 3, even though they're separating 3 through 164 and 164 through whatever it ends up being, 300 or 2 something, I don't know, with two, I think it's 290 or something like that, whatever, somewhere up there.
Yeah.
You're essentially saying both groupings are still going to end up with the same test scenario. You're not escaping. You're not escaping test scenario. You're just whether you're going to go from one grouping to the other.
And that's what everybody thinks, that, oh, I don't want to be a part of, I don't want to be a lab rat. But
Yeah.
I mean, why are we all, why were we all on the same timeline? Why are they going to change the timeline for those servers whenever they've been accelerating us, trying to catch us up to the early servers?
Yeah, I don't know how they're intending on doing that division of when the seasons start. I haven't really. That would enter into what we call Rumorville, and typically QB's out of Rumorville. I hate it. It drives me up a wall. I hate. I really have no interest in being the first to the table with information and being wrong 17 times just to make sure somebody knows something. I just like when I hear it, I'll hear it, but I don't know what they want to do. The only thing I know is what they announced, which was 3 through 164. And it made sense to me. I thought that if they would do this before season 7, they would make the split. There's also rumors that it's going to happen after season 7. It's going to be the split, but it would make more sense that after this transfer, that you would then make the split of 3 through 164 for season 7 and kind of have everybody play in those groupings. But then I don't know what the point. I mean, you have to have the OG servers get more people and more folks in there. So I don't know what they're going to end up doing, but Yes. Oh, yeah. Wisconsin brings up a great point. Polar bear. Him and that polar bear, man. I can't wait. The one time that polar bear comes out, Wisconsin will be the first person I message. I promise you that. When the polar bear comes out at any point in like 2029, when we're done playing the game on the side somewhere, I'm still gonna text Wisconsin and say, "Hey, I heard they released the polar bear."
Yeah.
So. But okay, so 81 was breaking up. Continue though. What are some of the other servers? There's anything else that you ran into, like some of these one gold servers that you had a problem with, or that you could possibilities?
So I had talked to 181, and that was a possibility. They were going to take. They had talked about taking me as a gold, and I can't get into their juicy rumors. I can tell you this off the air though, because apparently I've been sworn to secrecy on this thing. But
Oh,
uh,
okay.
they've well, they're adding two big whales to that server, trying to game the system or see if they can.
Well, they've
Gonna
done it.
try.
They've done it. They've done a great job in doing it, because the person on 181, we had the season with them.
Yeah,
Incredibly light, and
Yeah.
he's 510 million. He's one of the strongest players around.
Well, they're adding two more accounts over 550 THP.
That makes sense.
So, and they're only going to add those two. They're not adding any other players. So they're going to see if they can make the server fully open again.
Yeah. I doubt it.
I don't know if it will work or not.
I doubt it. I don't think it's going to work. They can go ahead and do it. I think to game the system to be able to have 500 million and then get two golds is gaming it enough. I don't think it's. I'm telling you right now, I do not think it's going to work to be able to get 3 in there and do it. So just to let you know, like everybody saw how the season played out. UXW won. You know, we won as a 2 seed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Find other servers that won the entire season as a 2 seed for influence points. Because 181 was the 1 seed. So they knew enough to give them the 1 seed based on the 510 THP. They knew that already, right? Just by running the numbers. Now, it didn't come out right because of the participation and how the server was put together by design, like you're saying. So you can go ahead and do whatever you want, but when you add 3 that are that big, you can game whatever system you want. It's not gonna happen. That would be my prediction. Yeah. I'm gonna put that out there. I don't think you're gonna be able to add 500 million accounts and then be able to game the system to have a gold. I don't care if anybody else is on here. I don't care if you don't add anybody. I don't care if the server's completely dead. I think they'll stop you. But we'll see. I mean,
well, I would have thought that too. But I mean, look at 149. How in the hell did they get a gold chair? I mean, there were some of these servers that I still don't know how they got a gold chair.
Well, I didn't know how 81. I know how 81 got one, but let's see what one. Let's see them. 1 gold chair. They have a well, they have a 506 and a 483. Oh wow, they got 2 400s and a 500. Yeah. I don't know. What are we doing? Yeah, this is dumb.
Yeah.
This is dumb. Why would the game do this?
I don't know. It's crazy.
I mean, yeah, well, how many players over 200 do they have? They're populated.
Well, they said that
they're populated. They have 77, what do we got? 79 players. How does 118 not get a gold, but these people get a gold? How is that possible? Like 79, so you have 79 bases right here that are over 204. Let's compare this to 118. You have 79 bases over 204. And then your top bases that you have here, you have five over 300 million. And out of those 5, you have 2 400s and a 500. Right? A matter of fact, you have important to put too. It's a 483 You know, a 506 and a 483, not just 400. And now when you look at it, let's go look at, 118. Because 118, for some reason, is too strong for that. So 118's top power is a 434 and a 386. So they have 3 over 400. We have a 386 and a 434. That's nowhere close to 500 and a 483. That's not even close. And then a 425. They almost have 3 that are stronger than us. And yeah, now if you go, let's see how many over 204. What do we have?
They told us it was due to server activity. How much activity do you have in your server? Well, I don't know where 184's activity is, but it must be while I'm sleeping, because I watched us all season and we were the only alliance that could do anything. I mean, the other alliances were showing up to battle with 10 to 12 people. So that told me, to some of these servers, they just go through there and burn their farmers and make them delete their game.
Yeah, I guess I don't understand when you're looking at this and you're saying, okay, let's say somebody has 30 seats over 20, like I just said, 204. So let's say I have 30 seats more over 204. Let's say that happens. But are those 30 seats over 204 better than having almost 500 million?
No.
I mean, that's crazy.
Oh, and that's what the game is trying to tell us, is that six of those accounts are equal to 1 gold. But those 6 accounts can't burn if they run a rally. They're not going to burn an eggplant or they're not even going to burn a Slappy. I mean, and Slappy's what, 458, 460? And I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I just don't understand. I don't understand how that works out. Yeah. Slappy's 457.
Yeah.
And Eggplant's 536.
Yeah, but 6 accounts over 204 million THP running a rally.
Yeah, they look at that.
Not even going to dent him.
They're in the same place. They have 81 over 204 million. I mean, that's incredible too. I mean, 81 over 204 million, and they almost had, what was Slappy again? What did I say? 450. They're 457 and 536. I don't know. None of it makes any sense to me, honestly, how they're figuring this out. It's almost like the VIP 18s will like throw a shit fit if they can't move about, like, or either move or be stuck in a place. So they give stronger servers a gold, but it doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense why you would do it. I don't understand why they don't close servers.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're just going to keep populating. If you have this, and we've talked about this, where you're having a division of strength and everybody complains about the matchups. So you have one side of the world where everybody's sitting here going, the matchups are terrible. The matchups are terrible. We didn't have a good matchup for this. We didn't have a good matchup for server versus server. We have a good matchup for, blah, blah, blah. Okay. That's fine. And then you have this other side where you have this big division in power between the servers. Similar to how you have the big division in power between people. We have 140 million, and then you look and you got, like 80 million people have squads, right? So you have 140 million squads, and you have people with 80 million squads. Well, the servers are no different. We have some servers that are just the top of the line. I'm not talking about dead servers, right? I'm talking about, where's that grouping? Like these war zone points are what I'm talking about, right? So if you take the dead ones out, you just talk about some of these ones we're talking about right now. We talked about 107. That's sitting here at a 17.7 for transfer points. Now, 118 is sitting at 24 million. So you're telling me that 30 more bases that are 204 million, 30 more equate to 7,000 points. It makes zero sense.
Yeah. Well, compare 107 to 184 and look at our Warzone score. I mean, we missed it by, I mean, they're 17.7.
You're
They're
20,
considering them, they were considering them pretty equal to us, or they wouldn't have paired us together for season.
right? Yeah, and it's 17 and 23. Yeah, it doesn't make any. Yeah, I agree with you. It doesn't make it. Well, hey, now here's the thing that you are considered the same as. This is the part that really gets me. Is your 184 is at 23.6, right? You are exactly the same, because this is how you're treated during server, as who you can add, as 96.
Yeah.
You're exactly the same. So 96 is 34.4. They're 11 million or 11,000 more than you.
Yeah, but they're breaking up too.
No, I don't care whether they are or whether they aren't, right? Like whether people are leaving or they're not. I'm just saying, look at how the transfer is right now, right? It's you are the same server. You're 23 and you're given the same amount of open seats as they are. Mm-hmm. So what I don't understand is, if let's say they all did stay together, you get all of this, right? If this is allowed to continue, you have that big of a gap between the same statuses. It doesn't make any sense. Your status is too wide in regards to what you consider limited open. You need to you needed to lower that gap for limited open. Mm-hmm. You needed to allow you could have solved this if you said, okay, they can be limited open, and anybody over 30 million or 29 million or something like that is limited open. But then you would have to say the people that are under the 29 million get a gold, are in that semi-open status, so it widens that gap more, which would then widen the gap more for the people who get 2 golds, right? That window would come up as well. So you look at that and they would get 2 golds then. Because if you keep widening these, it will just equal out the power more and allow people to consolidate into different servers, right? If you keep doing this, where you're just going to allow endless power to continue to pile on to endless power, there's no end to how strong somebody can be.
Yeah, so, but like some of these servers don't get compensation. Like say 184, they're going to be still considered a fully closed server. I mean, not fully closed, but I mean limited. What are they? Limited open? Is that what it is?
Which server?
The gray.
Which server?
Like 184. It's losing everybody.
Oh, right.
They're not going to be able to replace anybody because the game's not going to take into account who's leaving and who's staying.
Correct. Yeah. We talked about this when we were talking about the transfers last time. There's somebody in our audience who brought up a great point. I think it was Circles, somebody who said that there needs to be some way to take a look at the status after people to make their decisions on when they're leaving or not leaving, and what you're, obviously the whole transfer system needs to be re-looked at and worked. Now, I know the easy thing to say is it's always sucked. It's always been terrible. I actually think, Dave, I've been part of this transfer and had to move to different spots. I believe this has gotten much better than it was at season 2. I will give them that. Because when in season 2, they let everybody be a gold. Everybody could get a gold, right? Mm-hmm. And they had me at whatever I was at the time, maybe 200 million, maybe it was 180 million, whatever I was at the time, I was a gold seat. And they had me be the same thing as what CDF was at that time. And it made no sense. Like what your gold seat and what your gold and purple line was made no sense in what you were trying to do. Season 3, I can tell you, again, the gap was way too wide. It made no sense. So I feel like they've moved that in the right direction to make that purple gold line a little bit wider, because people who are gold, you can't treat them the same as what you've allowed the 500 million people to become of what a real whale is, because a gold seat should be a whale. A gold seat should be a server-changing seat of these folks that are so strong. Because as you found out, you pointed out how difficult it is for you, as somebody who's 339 million gold. You're competing against 500 million gold. Who are you going to take? Right?
But in the game, we have mythic gear. Gold gear is obsolete. So why don't we have a red chair?
Yeah,
Like, why these 500 million,
no, that's a fair
these
point.
VIP 18s, why aren't they red chairs? Like, why don't we have red chairs? And if you get one of those, you had to have pretty much won the lottery to get one.
Look at you.
And the golds should be normal humans,
Look at you.
these mythic gods.
Look at you coming up with cool stuff.
Yeah.
I think the VIP teams would think that was cool to have a mythic seat. you get a mythic seat. I love that. Every server has one mythic seat because good luck with filling it. Because there's just, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the ones that are already in servers aren't going to probably move around. But that's their problem. I mean, ultimately that would never happen. I'll tell you why it'll never happen. VIP teams have way too much feedback for how it's played. There's no way they're going to want to condense themselves to make it harder for them to move around. Gold seat makes it too big wide of a net for them to be able to be caught between 330 and 600 million THP. They fall between that. There's no way they're going to want to approve the fact of them being somehow knocked down where you have like a 400 to 600 seat or something like that. And I mean, that's part of the problem. You just don't take normal feedback from individual. I know they send out this survey. I said that that survey goes straight to a shredder, a virtual shredder. Mm-hmm. Nobody's listening to that. But honestly, there needs to be something done. There's a million different things you can do here, and it has gotten better. I could tell you I've been in it. I've been in the transfer process myself, being the chair and having to move throughout these servers. Season 2, Season 3, Season 4, Season 5, we are, as far as how you're looking at people and how you are judging them for seat color, I think has gotten much better. But how you are treating servers and what their allowable is for a dead server, and this is a perfect example of it, you have to stop the gaming of the system. The one thing we've learned about Last War is if you create rules in Last War, the first thing people will do are try to find how to get around the rule. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. It's unbelievable. As soon as you say something, you put something in, it's like, oh, how do I get around that? How can we use that to our advantage to tweak? I don't want to play the game. I don't like playing the game. I want to figure out how to cheat the game. How do I do that? It's immediate. This season it happened. It happened season 6 with the what do you call it? The merit. I can get merit, doing this. So I can get merit doing that. Let me tweak, find out how to get merit, sneakily, so I can move up the rankings. I watched it happen in season 5 with the banks. The same thing. I watched people playing, figure out how to manipulate the system for that. And we manipulate the system for transfers, and we manipulate. It's just crazy. It's the one thing we can't be. The one thing is people cannot be trusted playing this game. I don't know why people trust anybody to go by the rules. I've heard about bots claiming digs since like season 1. I've heard about people doing claiming spots. How did they get that spot? Oh, I had the spot. I was hovering over it. How could they possibly have jumped in and taken it? You hear all this stuff. You've heard all this stuff. And now we know for real that there's, this code. Essentially, that people are getting the code from from GitHub, and they're just, taking that code and manipulating it to read all this information, which somehow people don't feel that's cheating. I don't know how, but it's they're able to tell who's shielded, who's not shielded, where the mobile squad tasks are. It's crazy. It's crazy. We just ran into it, by the way. We just ran into folks that were using the illegal thing. People knew it right away. Our alliance, you could tell right away. As soon as shields came down, you might get it. As soon as you were relocated, they immediately found you. Immediately. So you could tell who's using these things. But I don't know. I don't know ultimately what the fix is. It is what it is. You can't cry. You just cry over spilt milk. It's just whatever. It'll be interesting to see though on Friday who actually moves from these servers.
But the devs don't care, and it's not. And if they do care, they do a horrible job of letting you know that they care because they send out. I mean, the VIP 18s apparently get to talk to real human beings. I don't ever know if I'm talking to the computer or who I'm talking to.
Oh, you're
whenever
talking to the
I'm
computer. You're
trying
talking.
to complain.
You're talking to the computer.
I mean, it'd be nice to know that the amount of money you spent. Yeah, you didn't spend $1 million, but you might have spent 150,000. I mean, where do we draw the line? Why don't the VIP 17s get some kind of a little bit of a little nugget thrown our way too?
So yeah, it's hard to disagree with you that a lot of the evidence has shown people don't necessarily care about opinion. It's also difficult with opinions coming from like so many different places. How do you take in that data and listen to people when everybody's screaming? How do you know who to listen to? How do you know what to do? But I also think one place that we've constantly said that you could do is talk to presidents of servers is a great start. If you want to narrow it down to who to talk to, you have non-VIP 18 presidents. So something like that would be helpful. Some kind of. And you can't talk to everybody. It's not like you can pull in 1,000 people into the thing. But right now, you don't have enough. Right now, you just have a handful, like you're saying, of, hey, I spend this much money and I get a person that I can talk to. And it's a real person. And they really just provide you information at this point as a VIP 18. Yes, they could be taking, they're talking to actual devs about what they want to do and it's intake. I would argue that it's questionable how much of it is taken in because there's an awful lot of VIP teams that are upset about the spending right now. So if they were listening to them they were only, taking their ideas in, I don't think they would have changed the spending the way they did because there's an awful lot of them that are upset about how they topped it and capped it in the game. So, I don't know that it's only that.
I'm mixed on that. Like, do I miss being able to buy certain things. Do I think that they should have nerfed some things? Yes. Because the VIP 18s are only going to keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger if they can buy certain things.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's certain things that we should still be able to buy because they don't need those anymore. They've already maxed everything. I mean, like drone. You can't buy any drone parts anymore. They don't need them. They've already maxed their drones.
I think if you take the argument of what was made at Word, and I think this is the problem that people have, because when you go 2 years with poor messaging in the game, and you're terrible at messaging, which I don't think anybody argues with, that they have been horrible at messaging, I think it's hard to believe anybody of what they said, no matter what comes out of this game, right? But if you take them for what they've said, they were trying to break the spending culture because it was completely out of control. It wasn't just about the 18s. It was that the spending culture period was completely out of control. And the game was ruining people's lives. Similar to what a casino ruins people's lives. People were addicted to the game. I mean, you're seeing it now. I push back on this constantly right now because it seems like people just miss spending. Doesn't matter what they're spending on. Doesn't matter how much power they're getting from it. Doesn't matter what kind of bullshit. People are just kind of like, hey, it's my money. I don't want to play this game if I can't spend. I mean, that's literally what you're hearing from folks. Like, I don't know they even realize sometimes they're saying it, but they're like, hey, it's my money. I want to spend it. I want to spend it on this bullshit right here. And it's like, hold on, get a hold of yourself. Like, what are we talking about? Like, we just want to spend it just to spend it? Like, why? What are we doing? So I think this game, and I've said this over and over again on here, if this, I really don't know how you could dispute this. we know what we know. It's very difficult. You can't have selective amnesia and go back, and I can't just conk you over the head and say, forget about what you've just played for 2.5 years. But if you looked at it from that perspective of if you came into this game and this is how it was designed, you can't argue that this is a better setup to play the game than was before.
100%.
And I think the problem comes in that you can't not know what you know. So everybody was allowed to spend on what they were allowed to spend. They were allowed to build exclusive weapons the way they were allowed to build exclusive weapons. Things were going at what they were. And this rapid pace created this culture of this enormous space between 140 million and 70 million for free to play, 65 million for free to play. Around season 6, I will say a good white share is around 65 million squad. A good blue seat is around 75 million squad. So if you want to say the average seat of the majority of players within white and blue seats, you're talking about 70 million squads.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little bit over. And so those people were being driven out of this game. Everybody knows people that left. Everybody knows people who were upset, or you were upset at how the spending was going. I can't afford that. Oh, you just buy this. Oh, you just buy that. And the separation gap, to me, if you fast forward right after season 5, the separation gap was completely out of control. When you think you went 5 seasons and free-to-play people were still sitting with like 1, maybe 2 of exclusive heroes that were completed, and then you looked at the top end you look at high spenders, you look at like myself. I had, by the end of season 5, I had almost every single hero at level 30. I think I had 1 left, maybe 2. I was done. And free-to-play has maybe 2. So I'm not even the highest of high spenders. You're talking about somebody who's just sitting here at a high spender, who just spends a lot of money on this game, who's not even at the top threshold. And I had almost all of them done. All of them done. And players walking around, playing this game, loving this game every single day, only had 2. That's not a good way to play this game. I know it's fun to say it is for those of you that want to burn everybody and for free to play to be defenseless, to just burn whatever. But that's not a good way to come in. It's too much of a separation gap. And when I say separation gaps, you could have it and have this game be more fun if people are coming in to play this game right now and you had separation gaps where it was 50 million for free to play, it was 65 million for mid spender, high spender, and then it's like 85 million for whales or 90 million for whales. And you looked at the gap as like, okay, there's 25 million, 30 million between a big whale and a free to play person. That's the gap. What's the difference if that was the gap? You're still going to be able to burn them whenever you want, right? But right now, you don't have that. Right now, you have a 60 million and 140 million. You have an 80 million squad gap between these people. 80 million. That, by definition, is completely out of control. They've lost control of what they could do. And then you have the VIP 18s who are screaming because they're like, hey, I'm at 140 million, but I need something else to work on. I need more. Give me more. Give me more. So what are you going to do? Give them another tactical that costs $40,000 in this game so they can keep competing? And when is it going to end? 150 million, 160 million, 170 million until you can't get them out of a building even when you have purples? You just said a pun. Even when you put 5 purples in, you couldn't rally eggplant. You just said it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So where does it end? You got to cap it. You had in this game to where we are right now, and I understand that. I don't necessarily argue with the fact of saying that they could have layered this and allowed people at this level to spend more because it was already out of control and you're trying to catch up. Like they're, the whales are already where they are and we're already where we are. And I think that was a lot of people had a problem with. And they did this. They included everybody together in the same system. I can get that.
Last war has become Major League Baseball. I mean, look at the Dodgers. The Dodgers can spend unlimited amounts of money and buy all the stars.
Yeah.
And then everybody, and then they're the ones complaining. They're asking for a salary cap. Like, you're the one that's buying all of our players. We can't keep them because we can't afford them.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's the way last war's become. I mean, especially with these open servers. Now, this well can meet with this well, and they'll go here. And we know if we don't bring anybody, the Desert Hawks already approved that. We'll get 2 more golds next time. And we can put 4 of us on a server. I mean, who's going to be able to play against that server?
Right. Yeah. And then again, that's going around the rules. That's a strategy. Yeah, I get you. The game in the system, finding ways to game the system. But I mean, if you take it and it's very difficult, I understand it. I'm not going out on a limb for these people, these devs. I mean, listen, they don't talk to me. That's why I love having a WWC, because I don't give a shit. I don't get paid by this frigging game. I just do it for the people, and I can just say it. And for me, I don't necessarily think that they've earned the trust of the people by any sense of the imagination. But at the same time, I don't necessarily look at all of these cost changes as bad.
No.
I don't think that it's been
good.
bad.
No, it's actually been good. It's actually also made people fight different. I mean, used to you would get into a Desert Storm, and the VIP 18 could sit over there and diamond speed every march into every building. Now they're running low on and if they played season 6, who has diamonds left after season 6?
Yeah. So. And only the top of the top is really, like, people look at it diamonds, but only the top of the top has diamonds. The other thing is the stamina. I think it's a great point of the flip side of this that you're bringing up, because the argument is very simple of what other people want. You know one side of the argument, and in life, I totally agree with it. Like, it's their money. They should be allowed to spend it how they want. They got money. Stop reaching in my pocket. Stop trying to control how I spend my money. I want to be able to spend my money how I want. It's not your concern if my addiction and blah, blah, blah. Listen, I don't argue with that. I agree with that. 100%, especially in life. You want to spend your money, you spend your money how you want. Nobody should tell you any different. That's fine. However, I do think there's a limit to what becomes ethically right with spending money. Like, should you be allowed to spend your money to kill that person over there you don't like? I mean, are there lines that you draw in life? In this game, you're spending your money to ruin the game for other people that are playing the game. So it's not about telling you that you can or cannot spend your money. This becomes a game trend of saying the population is being impacted by spending the money this much. So I'm going to change the way and the concept of how the game works. And that just so happens to cap what you can do, because you're impacting negatively how the game is played. I think those are 2 totally different things. And they kind of get thrown in when people try to make an argument about, well, you're telling me how I should spend my money and shouldn't. I think that's a different argument. I don't think some of these whales may be spending and being just fine with how much money they have. But I also think that we'd be silly to not say mid-spenders and even low-high spenders were driven to spend where they were uncomfortable. This game was not healthy for some people to play. This game has ruined lives. And I'm sure there's a ton of other games out there that ruin lives no more than a casino can ruin lives. But people are out of control when they have a credit card hooked up to a phone and they are spending $100 at a push of a button over and over again, and they got to pay that bill when they have ore and couple mythic prints to show for it, and they couldn't pay their bill. They were struggling, yet they still were hitting that button. So it was like, I really don't think it was necessarily healthy for some of these people to have unlimited options where you gave them, what were we seeing before? Like with Glitter event, you could spend what, like $10,000 in that event, 20,000.
Yeah, you can spend a lot of
Like,
money.
right? Yeah, like 20. You could sit there and spend like 20K. So I do think to an agree. These people, when you go in and people say, "Oh, you should be allowed to do what you want," when it comes to these type of things, listen. When you're in a bank and you're shopping for a home, does that bank not look at what you can and cannot afford before they give you out that loan? If you want to do and look at some people, they're out of control. If people were allowed to buy whatever house they wanted and the bank didn't care about their own loan and their own investment, and it just allowed people to buy whatever they wanted, do you think people would make wise decisions when buying homes sometimes? I think people would buy homes way over their heads. Way over their heads.
Oh yeah.
And cars way over their heads. It's just a fact. There's a reason why these checks and balances are put in place, and they're obviously put in place to protect the bank, because the bank doesn't want to lose their money. But just the fact that if you remove that control, they would buy whatever they wanted. So I think that putting it in, I think that a lot of this stuff is being put in place, and it's probably healthy for people to not have to spend this much. And I think from the population of the game and how we play this game, it's going to be better overall. Those new servers are going to have a blast. Those people coming in and playing the game are going to have so much better of a time as they play this game than the ones that were playing with no caps. So, although I do want some F and Deco pun. How do I go about that? Because I do.
Well, I got to think.
I want some Deco.
I got to thinking about this the other day.
Okay.
Why doesn't the Last War devs, like, why can't they redo the store and not make it to where you have to buy a pack? Why can't we take our gold bricks and we're only allowed to spend so much money, so many gold bricks per week? And if you want to buy the deco, you buy the deco and then make it to where like 5,000 deco is max. If you buy that, you're done. You can't buy anything else out of the store. There's other stuff that you could buy and it's less gold bricks and you tier it. Well, why can't they do something like that?
I think they could. I think the truth behind the deco is it's just OP. I mean, if ever there's an argument I've been making ever since we came on, like deco. I love deco. It's the most important thing to me for the events that came out and everything else. And deco's OP. I think that's why they capped it. I think that's why they removed it. Unfortunately, free-to-play got swept up in it. But mid-spend, high-spend, everybody was buying deco. I mean, look, I'm a high-spend, but I'm nowhere near the top tier of the high-spend, and my deco's on its way to all level 5s. I mean, you're looking at free-to-play who's probably lucky to have level 3s. You know what I mean? Like, there's such a division when it comes to free-to-play, when it comes to deco, and deco is so powerful. There's so much power up in deco, and they're just never going to, they need to rework the whole thing. I don't know that they have an idea. I think they just looked at it and thought, if we're going to do all this and do this pricing and figure this stuff out to try to even out, to give everybody a shot at this game, we got to rework deco. And I don't know that they had a plan on it, so I think they're just kind of shutting it down. I just think they shut down deco. Because it's unbelievably powerful.
They need to do something else with those purple deco chests.
Stop it.
Because I keep getting those crazy. I haven't even. Why don't we get as many blue chests as we do purple?
Guys, he's doing it right now. He's out there, guys. He's doing it. He's poking. You guys know what he's doing. You know what he's doing with the purple deco nonsense. You know, my community does this constantly. You realize that, right, Pun? They're constantly playing me on this purple deco. I mean, stop it already. You want to see an update on my purple deco? I have 361 of its legend. What do I got here? 310 of this one, 321, 347. I mean, If they
I've
came
never
out,
even looked at mine.
if they came out with a level 8, I'd probably be on my way to a level 8. And this is from I stopped getting purple. I used to get the purple deco because what I thought they would do was once you capped out with these, they would start allowing you to fill some of the other purple decos in with it because they capped these out, so that's where it would go. Yeah, was I wrong? was I wrong? I've capped now that for almost a year. I've had these things. It feels like capped.
Oh. I have over 500 of each one of the 4.
Oh, look at see. Stop it, Beck.
It's stupid.
Don't get me started. It's the dumbest thing. It drives me absolutely up a wall. What am I gonna do with 500 purple I just sit here with this purple deco. And then you know what the worst part? See, you got me going. Do you know what the worst part is with the purple deco boxes? Is the rewards they give you. Like you're supposed to have a smile on your face for like Desert Storm or Canyon Storm. One of them is like purple deco boxes. I think what is purple deco? Isn't it Arms Race or you win Arms Race? Don't you get it? Is that what it is?
Yeah, and you get one out of each one of the little Santa sleighs.
Yeah, but I don't. If you win an arms race, where is it? Where's the rewards for winning arms race? Is that where do they list that? Is that in here? Where the hell do they have it? Like if I finish first in arms race, where's the prizes for that?
I don't know.
I forgot where they list it.
That's a good question.
Guys, you know where it is? Where am I missing it? Well, like if I finish first in arms race here, I thought they used to have it listed right here.
Oh, here it is.
Where is it?
Yeah, you get one.
Where is it?
If you're, because I am first right now in my arms race, so I clicked on the little chest.
Oh, it doesn't come up until you do it, until you're actually here.
I guess so.
All right, hold on. Let me get building then. No. Hold on. Let me give Wisconsin some porn material. Let me fast forward some of my buildings here.
Have been officially approved.
There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. Here it is, guys. Look at this. If you win first and second place, you're actually getting a deco chest. How the F are you supposed to get excited about that? What? Why would I give a shit about that? You know what I mean? Like, fuck off, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is your best prize. Like, I'm going to sit here and work my ass off to win an arms race, and you're going to, that's who you're going to give? Come on.
I mean, purple deco chests have become the new dielectric.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Where is this? Hold on. Let me look at the, I think for the rewards or so, I think they give them to you in here too. Yep. Is it in here? Somewhere they give them to you. Right here. No. There it is. Decoration chest. You in your for Canyon. Failure rewards in Canyon, they give you one too. Oh, how nice of them. How nice of them. Fucking wait. Give me a break. Shove that up your ass. Purple deco chest. What a slap in the face, man. I see him in my inventory. I don't even want to open them. I don't even want to open the things. I want them to just sit there. If I didn't want to clear my inventory so much, I'd get out. Okay, so quick, look, we get caught on transfers for so long. I got so much stuff that I got to get to. But let me get into here. So we already could see who got claimed real quick for transfers. Did any golds already go? Oh, it's probably still early. It's probably still early. You can put in the applications now, right?
Yeah, I already got approved.
Oh, there you are. Oh, no, 98 already had their gold in. Yeah, so we're going to have to visit this, and I got all kinds of plans to look into this stuff. 1 of 2 already in 113. It's funny how quick, how quick some of these goals have been. Like, just, let me get my spot. Let me come. There you are. There you go. We know this one. We know that's Pun. Hey, by the way, Pun, do you know any servers that won? There's this crazy rumor going around that somehow like 96 won their seat. Let me tell you. I want to clarify something that real quick too, by the way, for those of you that don't know. 96, who we were just showing, who is 34.4 million here, who was the number one. They played 123, not 34.4, and they played 123, who was 31, 3,000 less. 123, 2EZ won that season with the most influence points. I just want to be clear on that, just so everybody knows. It was 2EZ that won.
96's team won the faction.
Yeah, they won the faction. Big difference. Big difference. The influence points number one of that season went to 2EZ. That team was phenomenal. So
I can tell you who didn't win.
Who didn't win?
190.
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ! But couldn't happen to a better guy. So let me tell you something. I want to know. Do you know any of these other seasons? Any of these other seasons that won? Do you know any? Because I was trying to keep track of all these, and I think I have 8. So I have like 166, 150, 155, 123, 184, 118, 183, and 81. I have
185.
I'm halfway there. Oh, 185 is one? What team?
COS.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That team is incredibly strong. Oh, that's a good one, Pun. I like it. Who else?
I think I want to say 171.
171?
I think no, just 170.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
170 they won.
Yeah, let's see. Why don't I just do the hell am I not just punching them in? 170. Who's 170?
LXE or L3. Oh, it's L3X.
L3X.
Yeah.
They won?
I think they did. I'm almost 100% sure they did.
Right,
I think they went up against 137.
L3X1. Okay. So now that's 9 and 10. I only have 6 left.
166. Do you have them?
I do. DXS 166. I have them.
81. I guess you already have
them.
him.
LNL. Yeah, I have them. Yeah, I'm only missing 6 more to complete my puzzle.
Oh, 150? 151.
I have 150 CXL, CX1, CXL.
149.
149 I do not have. Did they win?
I don't know.
No, well, you're just throwing out.
I don't know who they.
You're not helpful. You're just throwing out numbers.
Well, I'm pretty sure they won. I heard they did, but I don't. I haven't seen the deals. I'm just going off of what I've heard.
You mean not only are they getting 2 golds, but they won their season?
Yeah.
Joy, I know Joy's incredibly strong. This USS Jimmy, USS Jimmy, good dude, by the way. Good guy. So did you hear they won? 149.
I heard they won. You may have to put an asterisk next to that.
I'll figure that out. Oh wait. Wu says they didn't win. He said 183 won. He said 183 won.
Oh.
You know, Wu. I have 183 TRZ.
Okay. I wonder if King Pug won his season.
127.
127.
I don't think so. Oh, who won that? 88 was in that. I had their standings too for their. Hold on. So I have some conversations here that I can answer that question. Something. Hold on. Okay. Who won? Okay, Pug, 127 won.
Okay.
Yeah, do I have?
They're really strong.
Do I have them? I did not have them, and I had the mess everything. Yeah, they are incredibly strong. Okay, Pug is. They're really good. They've been good for a while. That gave me, what's that, my 11th? Now I got 11. I only got 5 more. 5 more. Doing good over here. Slowly but surely. Pulling together a list. To track the people. Track the seasons. Who did 190 lose to? Fun. I didn't get a chance to send them a gift. Who
went
was
up
it?
against 154. I can't remember.
I wonder who
Can't
won.
remember who won. I can't remember who won that season.
Yeah, I'm probably missing that season. Probably missing that season. But all right, let me. I don't know if you want to stick around or not, but I'm going to move. Want to start some topics here. So you're welcome
Yeah,
to stay.
I'll stick around. I got nothing else to do.
All right. So season 6 done, everybody. For those of you, we will figure out the last 5 people who's there. We are officially done with season 6. We transfer has been opened. We have our portal, so we'll be tracking for you the big spots, the big servers, golds, what's going on there. Nothing crazy. One of the things I know has been an open question is there's this purple deco chest. We just talked about this, son of a bitch. Let's see where can I cash in the mushrooms so I can tell you guys what you're getting for mushroom. Are they gone already? Oh, they already moved it? Did they put it in the mail? Let's see. They took away my cards, I bet. My battle cards. That's the saddest part of the season. When they take away the cards. Frontline, title, compass. Season, here it is. Season resource conversion. So I had 48 million mushrooms I ended up with. And by the way, that's when I stopped buying the store ones. I still ended up with 48 million of them. All right, let's see what I end up with. Conversion results. Oh, they give you guys, they give you professional experience, pun.
Yeah. I was hoping they'd give me
Holy
speed
fuck.
ups.
This is what they give you. I was telling everybody, stop with the mushrooms. I'm so happy I made that video now. So justified. See? You get professional experience. Holy shit. What a load of crap that is. And what do you give? 1.3 thousand troops? Oh my god. Holy shit. Professional experience. And not that much to begin with, by the way. They didn't even give you that much professional experience. Wow. Wow. Unbelievable. Wow. That is crazy. That is wild. Season rewards. So do we get our should we get our there it is. There's a red prince. That's what we're waiting for. We got the red prince. Fun. And now I get a polite smile for some reason. I don't care about these. I hate these emojis. Give me my red prince. Thank you very much. Those are going right to my tank squad. All right, what are we using the red prince on? It's important. I'm using my team, and I have Kim. I have 2. I'm going to... Oh, I think I have defense. Murphy. What do I have for Williams? 2, and then... Yeah. Murphy's getting... Murphy. Oh. I don't... What do I got to do to cash him in? Promote this bad boy here. Oh, do I not have enough ore? I don't have enough ore. I don't have enough ore to lift it up yet. Oh, well. Well, I guess we'll wait to claim my red prince. We'll have enough ore eventually.
Oh, yeah. I'm letting mine stock up.
You're letting what stock up?
All of my blueprints.
Oh. I just completed my 3rd team. I'm done.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm on to my...
Yeah, I'm starting to put red prints on my 3rd team now.
Yeah, I have 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I have 5 on my tank squad. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have 5 on my tank squad. So this would have been my 6th one on my tank squad. There you go. There you go. All right. So season 6 is done, settled, all that good stuff. Free 10 free prints. I don't know how you can be excited about the red prints. You have to be excited about that. You know what's fun over here that I like? Pun, is we're coming close to maxing out Alliance Tech. Very excited about this.
Mhm.
I don't know why, but I cannot wait for Alliance Tech to get maxed. We maxed out the gold, and we're about to max out the iron, and then we have to work on the food. And then once we finish that, we have these 3 protection ones and these blacksmith and crafting left. Oh, I think we have 1, maybe 3 left for the unit load capacity too. We have to do that too. So only a hand. We keep pushing closer and closer. Very excited about hopefully completing that at some point. All right, so that's season 6. Let's keep moving here. What's our next thing we got to talk about? Oh, quickly, I just want to check this off the list. Our Discord, for all of you out there that are part of our Discord. You already know this, but our Discord, we have Discord on the screen, discord.gg/join WWC. I built a couple bots over the weekend. One of the bots last week, actually, I think I developed it midweek, maybe even. One of the bots is giving experience for people that are chatting, and it's giving military ranks for those that chat a lot. There's a couple reasons for that. One is to allow people who actually chat a lot to be represented by how often they're in the WWC and how often they're having conversations. But the real reason is we have a lot of giveaways that we're about to do coming up. And I am not a big fan of having giveaways where we just add people to a community who have no interest in being part of the community. They just join the community and, so they can check a box to get a sweepstakes and stuff. Not really interested in that. So how do we separate the two? Well, what we do is when you actually chat and you get experience, you're considered active in our community. So when you chat, you're active in the community, you will be part and eligible for the sweepstakes. I understand now that some people like to just go in, they don't want to chat, they just like to look at our stuff. They like to be part of the community and chat, which is cool. I get it. But in order to separate out, to figure out who's active and who's not active, we have to come up with something for the giveaways for what we'll be doing. So there are going to be a lot of giveaways that we do. This is just the beginning, by the way, to up our community, to make it better. I'm also going to be coming out with ways for the most active members to be spotlighted. Maybe we'll come up with gifts for our most active members in the chat who represent our community. And we'll continue to develop and get it more and more, guys. This is just the beginning of what we're doing. But all of a sudden, you'll go in there, you'll start seeing that you will now get experience when you chat, and you'll be moving up levels. That is why. So we'll be having more giveaways for our active Discord members. The other thing we just built today was for those that want to boost our WWC Discord, you're going to be given experience points right off the rip, 250 experience points for boosting us, but you're also going to be able to come out with your customized emojis. They're yourself that you want to use. You create whatever the hell you want, 2 of them, submit them to our admin, and then they will approve or deny your emoji requests. We're pretty open. I mean, we're pretty not give a shit. So the majority of them are going to be just fine. But you go out and boost. It gives something to those that actually boost our server and use your Discord, so we appreciate you. We'll give stuff up. This is another thing that we just started, and we're beginning to go. I have about 7 more bot ideas in my holster. I just need time to actually program them and build these bots out for you in the community. We hope to continue to develop and put more time and give back to you in regards to this, as well as our sweepstakes and things that we're doing. So thank you so much for being part of the Discord and building it to what it is. It's an absolutely amazing place to go for people who are looking for knowledge wherever you are in the game, and that is because of the community. So thank you very much, and we look to continue to build that out in Discord. There's also a place in a new channel where you can put your suggestions. If you want me to build something out, to make a change or do something new, I'm nothing if I don't love listening to the people. So please go ahead and make your suggestions, and I'll continue to build it. So that is our Discord changes that we just had. What else do we got? What the hell else do I... Okay. How about we have Drone Day? We have our loyalty conversation. So why don't we get into a quick loyalty conversation? Talking to Pun here for a long time eating up our show. So maybe Maybe we'll end on that in some quick 118 conversation. Loyalty. Is loyalty dead in the game is the question, right? That's the one I posed to you tonight. And when I say loyalty, there are different ways you look at loyalty for people in this game as far as, you bring somebody in and you're grouping and you're saying, well, you know what, I've said my time. Let's say even they've used a seat on you. That's probably one of the biggest things that can be granted to you is people use seats on you. Powerful seats. Are you loyal to stay there or not? My argument is no. I don't think necessarily you're signing a contract. I think it's a nice thing to do. If somebody's willing to use a gold seat on you or a purple seat to do, shit happens. Things transpire. And I don't think you necessarily owe anybody but that season. When you're there, if they're using a chair on you, then you owe it to them to give your all. That's what you owe to them. If you've had a conversation and you make promises on the side, like if somebody says to you, hey, if I use this seat on you, are you promising to stay here for at least 2-3 seasons? And you make some sort of commitment to them? Totally disagree. Different. That's your word. Your word is bond in this game. I've talked about this before. The only thing you have in this game is your word. You don't know people. You don't know a damn person from a hole in the wall. They're a character. They're a little squad that moves around. That's all they are. They're a hello and a fake PFP in your chat that you tell them what they are. You could be a man and you tell them you're a woman. Whatever. You're a different person. But what you do have in this game is your word. That's all you have. Once that's broken, it'll follow you around for a long, long time. This game has a hell of a memory. And it should. It should, because your word is all you have. So when you tell people and you make an agreement to say, I think that's totally different. You should honor it and stay in there. Or don't, please. Don't promise people. It's very simple. If somebody wants to take you in and they ask you, are you guaranteeing to stay? Just tell them, I'm not sure. If you're not taking me, because I can't make you any promises. Just be honest. That's a hell of a concept, to be honest. But yeah, be honest. Now, loyalty, different. And tonight, I'm going to paint you a picture of what I feel was loyalty. In Server 72, where I came from, I left my original alliance that I helped build to be the number one on the server. And I decided I need to get fighting up in this server. I'm going to start my own server of Just Warriors. That's all. I mean, just Alliance of Just Warriors. That's what I did. I said, whoever wants to fight, I will train you how to fight. This game has only been around for a few months. I will train you how to fight. I will train you how to move faster. I will train you what you should do with your walls. I'll take the time and invest in you as a player. I will help you build. I will help show you how you should be doing verses. I will help you in every aspect of this game. Come be part of our alliance. I want activity. That's what I want. I want activity, and I want you to show up for wars. That is my only ask for my time commitment to you to play the game better. I need you to show up for wars. And we had attendance in our original alliance of 72X. We were on 72. Our participation level was between 90 to 95% was showing up for war. It was unbelievable. When they asked how many people could you guarantee are going to show up from your squads, it was crazy how many people would say, yes, I will be there. And that's all I really asked, is you to give your time. You give your time during that precious time on a Saturday, I will give you my time at any time you need it. And I did that at 72X. And then it was time, Season 2 came, and unfortunately things didn't work out on the server, and I had to move to another server. And it was more meaningful to me to make sure that I took as many people as I could with me that were in our alliance that were very upset that we were leaving, and that decision had to be made. I was able to get 65 to 70 people in our first transfer with me to the next server. 65 to 70 we brought from our alliance. It was crazy. Out of the 100 transfers that went to a new server, we took like 65 to 70 of them. with us from 72X and formulated our next team. That was on 87. And we moved there. Then things didn't move out and you difficult to travel. I told everybody, listen, I had to make a decision and got to move to another server. I worked it out with that server. They were going to take us in. 88 was the server, and they were willing to give us like 40 seats to move people. I think it was around 40 seats around there. And we went there. We went to 88, and I took as many people as I could with me. It was a deal breaker on any servers that wanted to take us. You had to take my people. You want me? You want my power? Sure, you can have it, but you have to take my people if you want it. So we did. So we went to 88. Now, 88, unfortunately, was one of the one places. It was the only place that I transferred from that I felt bad leaving, and it really wasn't on me. I had messaged to this day, I think I still have the message, to J8S, who was their whale at the time, and there were rumors he was leaving. He stopped playing for a little bit, he was leaving, and he said he was leaving. To the point EYS was breaking up, people were going to leave from the server, some were going to come with me, and J8S never got back to me. I just asked him a simple question. Are you going to be staying on this server? Because if you're leaving and everybody's falling apart, then I have a bunch of people that I'm responsible for that I need to move to the next location, which is, going to be hard. He never got back to me. I never had a response back. That's the honest truth to what happened. And I felt bad because I loved 88. I loved EYS. And it was the time when I was going to play with Hulk. And I don't know that I ever would have actually left EYS because I really felt a relationship with that team of fighting. They were great people. To this day, it's the one team that I really miss that we used to play on. Amazing group of people. I love that team to death, and I appreciated my time staying there and how well they treated us and well they treated my people that we brought in. So I didn't hear back from J8S. I said, okay, guys, we're going to pack our bags. This server's going to fall apart. If their whale's going to go, we had to go. So went back to Hulk. I said, hey, Hulk, we dropped and we're ready to come. Hulk was all more than willing to take us on, and around, I want to say 30 of our people, 35 of the people still from our original alliance were still there. And I said, oh, I have like 30 people I'm bringing, 35 people. And he's like, we'll make it work, QB. We'll make it work. All right, perfect. I got him over. And some had to go to some other team separately. We had people spread out to FS4. We had people go to another server. I told him, hey, listen, you go to this server for now. I'll work to get you back to our alliance. We'll work it out. I'll do what I can for you. Because that's all I cared. I cared about the people. I wanted to make sure everybody was set. Wasn't just me. It was more than that. So 71, you guys all know the story at this point. It's on our WWC. It's documented what transpired in 71. It wasn't of choice. I wanted to play with Hulk. We went to play with Hulk. We finally hooked up. We were trying to play with Hulk from season 2 when it was at 78. We were going to move on the first transfer over. Hulk ended up going to 71. It was never to be because I was a gold seat. Couldn't make it happen. So for seasons, we were trying to hook up. We got along really well. Have the same mindset. I appreciated how Hulk played the game, how he fought. And our team got along so well on that server with his folks that he had as well. So when it was time to leave, Hulk comes to me and he says, QB, you ready? I got your spots. You got your purples. You're going to be a couple purples here. I got your, how many people do you have coming with us? Whatever goes. I said, hey, man, I'm down. No problem. We're going. Wherever we're going with you to 82. That's where we're going. All over the whole team. We're going to 82. Guys ready? Well, one of our people popped purple. Chunky was his name. From our original 72, actually. He was on a little crappy team over on 72 when I first found Chunky. Brought him in. Helping him. Teach him how to play. Teach him how to build. What to spend on. Constantly asking me how to make squads. Yep, all the way back then. Chunky pops purple. I tell Hulk, he's one of my guys, man. Can't leave. Can't go with you. He says, what? What do you mean you can't come with us? Can't do it, man. Can't leave one of my own behind. He popped purple. Guy's been with me from the get-go. I can't leave him. There's nothing I can do. You don't have a spot to take him as well, and I totally understand. He's a low purple. Who's going to want him? I get it, but I have to stick with him. He's part of our crew. Hulk actually messaged his own VIP person to check if Chunky's number was right, because for some reason he popped purple is so low. He was like a blue purple borderline. And the person came back and said, yeah, no, that's legit. That's legit. He's purple. So we scrapped it. He said, nope. Sorry, man. All right. Let me try to find a spot. I went out at that time looking for a spot. Like, who was going to take us now? We got to find another home. Sorry, guys. Let me look. I was talking to 96, actually. Stickman was ready to bring us to 96. There was some kind of disagreement, and I had a Discord call coming with 118. And I said to 96, listen, you guys need to shit or get off the pot, because I got a Discord call with 118, and they want to talk about us going there. And they had a meeting and everything else with Bria and all the people, and Bria said something, and Stickman's like, hey, man, I don't know what they're doing, but I don't think it's gonna happen with your group. I said, all right, well, I got to take a call with 118. I got on the phone with, this is all behind the, I'm pulling back the curtains for you to tell you exactly what transpired. I was on the call with Thanos and Doberman. And I said, this 118, what is going on with this 118? And that's when I did my due diligence of looking at the server, talking to the people before I even got on that Discord call. Who the hell is this that these people want to talk to me? I saw Doberman's moments, and I talk about this to this point, right? You guys all see it in my videos where I talk about Doberman and his moments, and it really was startling. It was like, here's this guy. All these moments are just about him. No moments about him. It's just about the server. And it's so rare to see. I mean, somebody like a server president, no, zero moments. So that stuck in my head. I went on a call with them, and amazing. It went phenomenal. And I said, but here's the thing, guys. I have people. And they're like, oh, okay. Well, how many people do you have? Well, we'll see if we can make it work. We want you in, so how many people? I said, the only way I'm coming is if you take my people. And they were like, okay, well, we got 20 spots for you. And I said, all right, I need all 3 purples, though. And he goes, okay, all right, I will give you all 3 of our purples. I said, okay, then let me talk to the guys, but you got it. So I told the guys, I had a crew. I said, listen, unfortunately, guys, I can only take the most active members of our group because I only got 20 spots, but I found us a home. So we go there. We come to 118. New home, everybody gets in. Not only did I come to 118, but I got every single one of our members into the top team on 118 UXW. Every single one. You know how hard that, you guys know what UXW? I worked it out. It was like, everybody's coming here. Everybody's getting the shot. And I wrote to everybody and I said, listen, I got you into the top team here. It's an opportunity. But unfortunately, I cannot guarantee your spot when you're here. You have to do that now. Based on your activity and based on everything, you have to keep your spot. I think it's a fair trade to ask you to keep your spot. So I did it. Everybody there. And then halfway through the season, Chunky is playing DS. He's doing whatever he's doing, like he shouldn't be. And he's called out on a Discord call while everybody's on there about like, what are you doing? Why are you over here? Why? That's not part of the plan. Blah, 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 blah. He gets butthurt about how he's talked, how he's spoken to, whatever, playing DS. And he moves over and he leaves the team because he can't take it because he was spoken to sharply with how he was playing DS. And he goes to another team. And he comes and he talks to me and I'm like, bro, what's the problem? Well, you were doing this, you were doing that. That's why it happened. But it's not the end of the world. Like, it's just DS. You know, blah, blah, blah. No, how dare I be talking to, I'm spoken that way. Okay, all right, well, dude, listen, go on, Ro, you're fine where you are, you're all good, and blah, blah, blah. So season 6 comes and goes now. We win the season. The team he's on, we get 3 or 4, what do we got? 4 of us finish in the top 10. Great server win, everything's going good. And what do I find out today? That Chunky made some deal with some other server that he's going to leave. A purple seat. We reworked the entire server for. But here was the worst part of it all. never even had the balls to message me to tell me that was going to be his decision. He was just going to tiptoe off into the night and not say a word. And so, yeah, I felt some kind of way about it. I felt like, hey, here's a guy that I really like, was as loyal as you could be to transfer, to change other people's game experience to come to another server, because I wouldn't leave him behind. And here's this guy, the first chance he gets to go off, just tiptoes in the middle of the night to another team without saying a peep. Now, am I wrong to feel that way? I don't know. You guys tell me. But I did feel of a stupid little, and I looked today. We're having coffee this morning. My wife, I'm way too involved with this game right now. I said, in fact, I'm bothered. I'm sitting over coffee telling this situation to my wife. Think about that. I'm just like, can you believe? And I look at me like I have eight heads on me, like her eyes are on the back of her head, like she gives a shit. But I'm just like, why am I bothered so much by this? I don't know this person. I don't know anything in the game. And the quote, and I've told you guys this before, and I actually talked to Hulk today. It was so funny because he said it back to me. And I said, I just brought that quote up on the air a couple weeks ago because my father used to say it to me. And it was, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Because the fact that you could do that and not give a shit with everything that somebody's done for you in this game tells me all I need to know about you. Because it's beyond this game. It's who you are. The actions that you take and what you say and what you do are also a representation of who you are and what you are. So, if that's how you're going to be judged, then so be it. I moved past it today. But I got to tell you, this silly little video game that we always talk about, constantly, and we say that we're not here for the game, the money, the whatever. We're here for the people. We say it all the time. Just words that leave our mouth, though. They're meaningless until they actually are put to action. The people are what I care about. The people are what matter to us. We always say it. We constantly talk about it, right? Well, it was put to the test today. And I could tell you, me as a person was bothered by the fact that one of those people was not loyal and didn't give a shit about it. It actually impacted me. So I really ask you guys, should I be bothered by it? Is there any loyalty in the game? Does he have any loyalty? Does it matter? Is it like, get over yourself and move on because nobody should be loyal at this point in the game? That you move on and doesn't matter the history or the history that you have with somebody? Does it ever come into play in the decisions that you make, or do you just make the best decision for yourself at the time playing the game and look out for numero uno?
No, you have to have some loyalty, because I mean, this game is as good as it is to win. It's more fun to play with people you like.
Yeah.
I think sometimes people take things for granted. And I mean, it's so stupid how something so little, like an argument or somebody getting called out for doing something stupid in the game, and all of a sudden it's, well, they don't appreciate me. I'm leaving. When that's totally not. That's you're making you're turning you're making a molehill into a mountain when it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, it's really, it could be whatever action takes place. It's not even that it was that bad of an action, but
And
I just
but
think
it's not
everybody.
even the fact that the guy wanted to leave. It's the fact that he couldn't even talk to you about it.
Correct. Honestly, Pun, that was the thing that really bothered me the most. It was like,
Yeah.
you don't even just tell me, hey, this transpired, and listen, man, I understand what was going on. I understand what you did, blah, 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 coming in. But for me, I can't deal with it. I can't do it. And I gotta hit the road and whatever. I can respect that decision you make. But at least I feel, and I don't know, like I said, is there any loyalty? Does somebody have any reason to say it or what? I just felt like I was owed that I would have at least done that. I would have done anything for the people to try to find them a good home and getting them to a good place at the time all the way through the game. It was more important to me to play with that grouping. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what, we lost. Everybody that knows my bro, Black Panther. Those that don't know, you're out of your mind. Go meet him. Go send him a gift right now if you would. He'd really appreciate it. The guy is phenomenal. He was going through some shit. He left the game. Life happens. Things transpired. He actually straightened some stuff out in his life. He started playing the game again. He lost his account. He gave his account to somebody. It's a horrible story. That person actually broke his trust and got rid of the account. His own account. He spent tons of money on. He trusted that guy to hold on to his account for the time being, and that guy did him wrong. And he had no way to come back to play with us. He had no way. And he started playing on some other server and everything else. And I said, F that, bro. If I buy you an account, will you come and play with us on our server? And he was like, no, you're not going to buy me an account. I don't want you spending the money and buying. I said, that's not what my question was. My question was, if you had an account on here, would you play it? Would you play with us? And he said, yeah, of course I'd play with you. It was probably within 48 hours I went, found an account, and bought it for him on the server. Yeah, it wasn't as powerful necessarily where he was. It was pretty damn powerful. I think it was in the top 20, though. It wasn't, you know, it was a good chunk of change. So I said, hey, listen, here, I got you an account. Here, turn it over. Work out the deal with this guy right here. I sent him his money. Take it over. You're playing with us. Incredible acquisition in the game because he was credible. He's an incredible guy to play with. The guy's awesome. I just wanted him to play with us again. That's all I cared about. But I don't know. At the end of the day, it is what it is, and you know, I'm completely over it. We'll move past, and I mean, I'm over it to the point. If I ever see him when he has another number on his base, he will forever have a nice target on it. But I do digress that I've moved forward to the fact that I'm not going to get all sappy about it anymore, and it is what it is, and blah, blah, blah. But it does beg me the question that I really wanted to know from everybody else. Like, should people have loyalty in this game? Or am I the one out of line? Is my thought process just fucked up that I should have just been like, expected shit like this to transpire, and it's like a video game, and move the hell on, dude. And you play with people and whatever, and they just make decisions, and it goes on. Like, what do you expect? When you're in your grouping and this shit transpires, like, are you bothered by this stuff when it actually happens to you? When somebody would, or if somebody did do this that you liked and you took place, how would you feel about it? I really just wanted to pose that to the audience. And by all means, go into Discord and chat it up about it. Send me messages and whatever if you want, but it was really something I wanted to pose to the audience. So that's all, Pun. That's all I had.
Yeah. I mean, it's you're not lying though. I mean, there's people, but you find out what you obviously you didn't mean as much to him as he meant to you.
Probably. As ridiculous as it sounds, and it's probably the same feeling my wife felt this morning when we were having coffee and I was telling her, this guy doesn't give a shit about you. Well, my question is, why do you give a shit? It's more the question. And I'm like, I don't know, I'm bothered. I don't know, but I'm bothered. That's all I can tell you.
I mean, to be honest with you, if you're invested in something, you're obviously using part of your heart and soul and putting it into it. If you're giving 110% in the game, you're probably giving 110% into those relationships inside the game too.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's obviously you feel like you've kind of been like, I mean, if you felt some way about somebody and you thought that maybe they felt the same way about you because you'd been together for so long. And then when something's like, well, you can just walk away without saying something. Like what? Like what did the last two
Listen,
years mean
I,
to?
I don't know and I don't know what to tell people, but all I can tell you is, listen, guys, this is, it's 925 days.
Yeah.
That's how many days we're talking about here. All right. I am just played this game for 60 days. I didn't just meet somebody and whatever. We're talking about years. You've played with somebody or known somebody or done whatever. That's where it was for me. But like I said, it is what it is. It's water under the bridge. It's more. I have a I have a platform, so I get to talk about it. But yeah, it was bothersome. So I actually wanted to know from the community. On brighter side, let's move past this and just end here because we're already well over our time. Let me just tell you, on Friday I'm not going to say anything yet. I can tell you this though, guys. 118 is got some surprises coming. We have some surprises coming on Friday. My guess is going to be Friday evening. We're going to disclose some of those surprises. And man, are you guys going to be happy. And when I say, you're saying, well, QB, what the hell does it change my existence? Why do I care what the hell's going on with you? Why does it matter 118's going whatever? Because if you guys like to watch high-level fights, I will have a plenty for you. That much I can promise you. So on Friday, you guys are going to know why this Friday and future Fridays are going to be a hell of a thing to watch coming from the WWC. So we will have a Friday transfer special that I'll have on. We'll kick it off with some Desert Storm. I'm going to get my request in for Desert Storm this week. Make sure we're available. We will have Friday ready.
Hey, did you notice that we've got Winter Storm in an hour? Did they move Winter Storm back to Monday? Or are we going to get two again?
We're getting two?
I don't know. We got Winter Storm in an hour.
Holy shit. Well, in the off season, isn't it Tuesdays? Don't they move it during the season?
I don't know.
I think they move it. I thought they moved it during the season. I thought isn't it like on I
thought it was always on Saturdays.
Yeah, now I can't remember. They've confused me so much because it used to be 2, and then when they moved it to 1, I thought they'd do it on Monday nights, Tuesday. I don't know. Maybe they'll listen. If we get 2 winter storms, I am going to be considering that an enormous win. We're going to shout from the rooftops on that one. We're going to celebrate the shit out of that one if we get 2 of those. I can promise you that. We've in this community's been fighting for friggin' winter storms for so goddamn long. It's been crazy. So yeah, I mean, that'd be great. We'll see. Oh, Eric says the OGs only have 1. It's tonight? They moved it to tonight though, right, Eric? Pretty sure that's what they do. Eric's an OG. He knows all this stuff. He'll be on his way over. Tomorrow we'll get to spending, guys. We'll talk about the packs. We'll talk about what's coming up with mobilization, any changes that were impacted. We'll get into drone stuff. I'll cover all of that tomorrow night. Yeah, he says yeah. So only 1, and he's been done with this season for a few weeks now. So they've had it moved here. So my guess is it's only going to be 1. Come on, Pun. You know better than that to think that they can duplicate that code for a second one.
We just had it. They just played it yesterday.
I know.
I've got it again today.
And I wish we'd had it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
But so, all right, guys. Well, listen, hey, Pun, thanks a lot for coming on. Appreciate you telling your story. And I know it's like gut wrenching for you too to have to go through it. So thank you for sharing it with us. Appreciate you. And you know the story, guys. You could have been anywhere on a Sunday night, and you chose to spend it with us. And for that, I truly do appreciate you. For ShadyPun, QB18, out.